Hi, I'm Moose. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, and I've been creating on and off for about 8 years of various mediums, whether it be cut and sew or jewelry. There's just too much to do. I was in school for drafting. So originally I wanted to be drafting to 3D print, right? My teacher, this poor woman, developed this whole drafting program. Comes in one day, she breaks down and basically is like, hey, I'm quitting. But they weren't paying her, they were doing all this kind of weird shit. So she's leaving. Now my life's in like, oh shit, what do I do? I'm like looking through the programs. The school has a jewelry program. So I said, hell yeah, let's do that. So I transitioned into that, and that's kind of where I start learning the skills. Jewelry really has like everything from like engineering, design, even like the hands-on craftsmanship. Everything's involved with it, and that's kind of like what really made me fall in love with the art of jewelry. Jewelry just goes hand in hand with fashion, and I can kind of correlate it together. It's cool always to like look back on my culture and where I came from because I'm adopted. I'm first generation here. My adopted family is completely different than what I am. For me to have that separation but still have that love from them makes me want to accept a lot of other cultures, you know, because it's like I was shown that. That turning point of like becoming a teenager, I saw a lot of it's like the skateboarding, the graffiti writing, the hip hop and the music, and how that like was completely free of outside influence and honestly like pushed outside influence away. And that's kind of like what I did, is like stop taking like whatever my parents or whatever that and like, all right, what's this? What does it mean to want to be free? And like skateboarding did that. Skateboarding led to a lot of other things. A lot of my stuff correlates. Fashion and jewelry correlate. Video work and graphic design all kind of go hand in hand. And a lot of the process is similar, where you have an idea and you have an end goal, and to achieve that is just based on the medium. Whatever I'm doing at the time, that's what I take into consideration. Is like, what do I need to get done? What are the steps to get to it? And then try to lay out those steps in the most easiest way for my brain to process. And that's kind of how I get it done. It's like a traditional size of a jewelry studio, if not actually bigger than what a normal jeweler will work in. I'm gonna do a ring real fast, like a simple band, so then you can see the process.
For me? Thank you, man.
Yeah, he's like, oh, like, I'm gonna melt it. I'm gonna flatten it in this machine. We're gonna bend it, but it's basically here, there, here, and I might have to return back there. It's probably like 1400, just about. Okay. That's the silver we need. This is the rolling mill. It's pretty self-explanatory. It rolls it out. And this is where like the manual labor of jewelry comes in. Jewelry is not a clean nor a simple process. There's a lot of manual labor. There's a lot of hammering, grunt work, but the product you make at the end, you never realize how much goes into it because of how beautiful it looks. And that's the goal when you're sitting here doing this work like this. Fun with jewelry, right? But you can see now it's like round. We took it from like a square object to like a round. And then basically this is now gonna stretch it. Okay, we're gonna come back here. More like that red right there, that little like cherry. That's like, it means the metal is like perfect. That's the color I want when I'm looking for. Remember that sizing ring? You can't see them behind the camera, but I sized their fingers with this. It showed us what we need. This correlates to that. So there's different sizes. That would be like a size 11. That's like 11 on, see 11 right there. Matches. Drop it. Alright, so now we're at, let's see. This is gonna be a 9, so after we saw it, I love working with a good saw. This is probably the most important tool for like a jeweler. The thing about sawing is you want to get these flat, because the flatter they are, the easier your job is when you solder it. A lot of jewelers, especially the older jewelers, are dying because a lot of this industry is not good for health. Jewelers died young. Like, you know, you just died. So we have all the rings. Didn't take too long, I did. Closing those gaps, fusing those gaps together. Soldering it together, that's the word. See how that gap's closed? Perfect. Close gap. Ideally, you're supposed to have a container. The best solders have a container space. It's called Flex. It's green, glowing fluid. It looks very delicious. Do not drink it. You'll die almost immediately. It has cyanide in it. The key to good soldering is heating both sides. So right now I'm like doing that wiggle. You see? Boop, just melted right there. Perfect. This thing is called a pickle pot. What's in there is citric acid. It's not dangerous, like I can stick my finger in it, but it's hot. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and it cleans off any of that excess doo-doo, like coloring. And I'm gonna run the polishing. This one's called a rubber wheel. It's good for polishing. Rubber. On the key to polishing, what polishing is just a surface rubbing against the surface and shining it. Metal polishes metal. You can take metal and polish metal with metal. Got the 4 rings. Get them back on here. Do the outsides. Before it gets loud, this is just a buffing wheel, so it shines everything up. There's different compounds on it. And this is called an ultrasonic. Ultrasonic vibrations to clean off all of that dust. Now you can see how nicer. Like, that's pretty much it. Alright, it's a band. This is just a bunch of steel ball bearing, and it tumbles. Like I said, remember how I said rubber can polish it, metal can polish it, a cloth can polish it. This is metal on metal polishing. Alright, we just pulled them out of the tumbler. I got 4 beautiful rings right here, and that's the process. We're gonna just wipe them down, put them in the bags, and give them to the wonderful people that deserve them. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hearing my story, listening to my ramble. Like I said, if you want to see any more work, MooseInTheBurg on Instagram. Take it easy, guys. So Moose was kind of like an inside joke between me and this girl, and she said I had a moose face, and I was like, that's funny, I'm gonna go for that.